Hey, this is Tony with Salt Strong, and in this video I wanted to share a common mistake that a lot of anglers make when they transition over from fishing mainly spinning gear to fishing with bait casting reels when inshore fishing. And it really comes down to, the braided line, especially the line size. I made this mistake myself, and when you're using spinning gear, lighter braided line is going to be more effective for casting, and braided line in general is effective for sensitivity. Now, what you have to understand is when you're using a bait casting reel, light line is really not necessary for casting. It is still good, braid is still good for the sensitivity, but if you're using 10-pound braid on your spinning reels, I do not recommend using 10 or 15-pound braid or lighter on a bait casting reel, because that line will dig into the spool. If either you hook into a fish or you snag something, that very thin diameter braid is going to dig into your spool. Also, a lot of times with bait casters, not every cast is going to be great. Sometimes the line will get wrapped up and caught up and you'll get a bird's nest, and that really light braid will snap. And I've actually had it snap inside the spool. That braid dug really far into the spool, and I basically had to replace the entire spool line. So if you are inshore fishing with bait casting reels, definitely be sure not to go, I really wouldn't recommend going any lighter than 20-pound braid on a bait casting reel, just because of that line having the tendency to dig into the spool when it's very thin. So again, just a quick tip there for using braided line with bait casting reels when inshore fishing. If you're a bass fisherman, you typically don't go really any less than probably 30-pound braid on your bait casting reels, so you're typically used to that if you transition from bass fishing to inshore fishing. But again, the problem I see a lot of is when people mainly use spinning reels and they use that light 10-pound braid and they switch over to a bait caster, they think they have to still use 10-pound braid, but it will cause you a lot of headaches down the road. So if you have any questions or comments about this video, please feel free to leave them down below. Till next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. If you are new to Salt Strong, we are the largest online fishing club for saltwater anglers, and we guarantee you two things. Number one, you'll start catching more fish in less time. And number two, you will save a ton of money on your favorite tackle and gear with discounts available exclusively for our members. To learn more, go to saltstrong.com and we'll see you there.
There's something about the water that'll give you peace, all by yourself or with your family. Live Salt Strong and wear the line today.